is no one who can tell me how to answer questions. No one. Not even a hanging judge can do that to me. No one. It's not going to start with you. It has never happened. I'm answering the way I want to answer.
South Africa is buzzing. The fiery Julius Malema has just been found guilty in court for firing a gun at a rally back in 2018.
Accused 1 in respect of counts 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, you are found guilty as charged. Accused 2, Mr. Snyman, in respect of counts 4 and 6, you are found not guilty and discharged. You may be seated.
Yes, the court pleases.
Now, the EFF leader says it's political.
We are coming on the 23rd of January for sentencing, and after sentencing, we will immediately put an appeal so that we can go to the higher court because we think a judgment is faulty. The strategy has always been, you must try to charge Malema with everything. One day, maybe we'll find a racist judge who will find him guilty, whether he's guilty or not. Because they said accused number 2 gave me the firearm. Now they are releasing him, which means he didn't give me the firearm. Why are you not releasing me when you release a person you allege gave me the firearm?
But the court says it's a crime. Now, what happens next? Let's dive into the story, and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share the video. Now, let's get into the story.
Guys, if you've enjoyed this video so far, please do me a huge favor and hit the like button and subscribe. These videos take quite a long time to make, so if you could help me out, I'll love you forever. Thank you all for your support. Now let's get back to this crazy story.
In 2018, during the EFF's anniversary celebration in Eastern Cape, Julius Malema was filmed firing a rifle into the air in front of a large crowd. He was charged with multiple offenses. 1, unlawful possession of a firearm, unlawful possession of ammunition, discharging a firearm in public, in a built-up area, and reckless endangerment of persons or the property. His former bodyguard, Andrine Cinnamon, was also charged but acquitted of the key count. Malema claimed the gun was a toy gun and tried arguing that his actions were not dangerous.
Let me tell you, there is no one who can tell me how to answer questions. No one. Not even a hanging judge can do that to me. No one. It's not going to start with you. It has never happened. I'm answering the way I want to answer.
Which direction are you moving from that stage? Which direction are you moving? You are moving to the far right. Is that correct? And you're also firing shots towards the right where those people are standing. Can you confirm that?
I'm not firing any shots, by the way. There's no shots I'm firing. So which shots am I going to say I'm firing them from the far right? I'm not firing any shots. I've never fired any shots.
Why don't you just fire towards their direction as they are standing there?
It's none of your business. It's my business where I fire from. It's my event. I can even fire under the stage if you so wish. I decide how I'm going to perform it. It's none of your business. You have no business with how EFF conducts its business. As long as it's lawful and it doesn't violate any law, where do you come in? Their statement, Your Worship, but from prosecutor's point of view, objectively, if he had not allowed to be used by AfriForum for political ends, we wouldn't be where we are. This matter was advocated for by AfriForum. This was no issue, Your Worship. That's why no one picked it up. There was no issue at all. When they saw something that they can use to politically discredit me, they pressured the NPA to prosecute even where there is no issue. I'm now being made to answer a statement which does not implicate me. Because I have to be implicated for me to answer. What am I answering now? This person says, I've not seen Mr. Malema do the things that you are saying he has done. And then I'm brought before this court to come and answer someone who says, I did not see me doing anything unlawful. It's unfair. This court must never be abused for political means. Crime is crime, it must be punishable. But where there is no prima facie of such, we should not even try to canvass those grounds. As a public protector, a public prosecutor, he's my prosecutor as well. I'm part of the state. He has a duty to say, there's nothing against this guy. I'm not going to prosecute, and allow the AfriForum to prosecute me privately if they so wish. But they must not use the limited resources of the NPA to bring a non-existing issue here. 5 officers of the court on site. Not a single one of them says, I've seen Mr. Malema engaged in unlawful activities. And what makes me happy is that in 174, Your Worship was reluctant to canvass these grounds because they were brought to you at a later stage, not much earlier, of the subs VIP being there and their statements. I'm happy now, finally, they are now being presented here as in cross-examination, because this truth, I would have told the worship, even if they had not brought them forward, that there were police with me on the stage. And how do I commit crime in the presence of the police and I don't get arrested immediately? I'm not a leader of a ruling party. Neither am I a favorite of a ruling party. There's no favor I can do for them for not arresting me. Nothing. So why didn't they arrest me there and there if I did anything wrong?
Mr. Malema, just for the record, you were in court when Colonel Nkwali testified, and he said that he was the complainant who opened this docket against you.
He was told to open the case against me. He didn't open a case out of his own volition. He was told. Your worship is in the, even in your judgment is there. He was told everything went well. That's my guy. Everything went well according to him. And then the next thing, boom, go and open a case. And I'm an officer of the law. I work under commanders. When I'm told to do something, I do it so that we can get to the bottom of this. He never, on his own, opened a case. He never, on his own. That's another police officer, by the way, who was responsible for job. He never said from his mouth, I saw Mr. Malema doing something wrong. Never said that. If anything, I was relaxed and told to go and open a case. What can I do? I'm just a mere police officer. I will never hate him for that. I will never take anything personal against him for that. The man never wanted to open any case against me. He was told to do so.
Mr. Malema, you could allow me to ask you the questions and then you answer that particular question. It will make our time here much shorter. The police said they've never seen you having or bringing that toy firearm or being in possession of that toy firearm or a real firearm on the stage on the night in question. You confirm that from the statements you've heard.
You have heard that, and I'm saying I brought a toy gun, and none of those statements says I did not bring or I brought a toy gun. So I'm the one who can tell you. That is the only version that stands.
Who brought the toy firearm to this event?
It will be the EFF Secretary General's office, because they're the ones who organize the event.
The toy firearm that you showed yesterday, to whom does it belong to?
It belongs to the EFF.
The court, however, rejected the defense. Now, the magistrate, Toinette Olivia, who delivered the verdict, said, and I quote, "You are found guilty as charged on all 5 counts."
The witness testified that based on what he examined and found, it was clear that the breech block of rifle CNSP was changed after it had been discharged the cartridge known as .223 Remington cartridge in this case. He added that it was changed before it was submitted to the laboratory. The witness testified that although the breech block had been changed, it did not affect the outcome of his findings because despite the breech block not belonging to the said particular firearm, the firearm was working perfectly and he was still able to link the cartridge case that he had received with this particular firearm.
The judge said that Julius Malema wasted time and used a divisive method, and instead of answering the questions, went around dancing around the questions.
During cross-examination, which I've already placed on record the aspects, the evaluation is as follows. Mr. Malema had evaded many questions that had warranted a reply. It became evident that the replies were entertaining, but however, the pertinent questions asked remained unanswered. He further relied on clip 3, and he had then counted 15 shots fired, and thereafter stated he cannot count, he had graduated in woodwork. Further, as to how the cartridge or the SPA 249-14 is linked to him, his reply was it must have been the Holy Spirit, and these type of answers did not do accused one any favors. In essence, when one is questioned in the witness stand and a mere question is asked from you which elicits a response, one would expect that the question will be answered. Therefore, the court needs to deal or to establish whether the version presented by the defense is reasonably possibly true. I have already stated all the factors that remain intact, excluding the video clip.
Sentencing is set for January 23rd, 2026, and Malema could face up to 15 years in prison of some of the charges. Now, let's take our time and analyze the situation. This conviction is a big deal because if Malema gets sentenced to more than 1 year, he risks losing his seat in parliament. The EFF has called the verdict a witch hunt, saying it's politically motivated. Malema himself was at the last rally of the EFF.
Today, she passed her verdict finding us guilty, but she released accused number 2, which is highly appreciated, because we know that from the beginning they had been looking for me. They were not looking for accused number 2. They were just playing games, and today they came out openly. As a revolutionary, going to prison or death is a badge of honor. We cannot be scared of prison. We cannot be scared to die for the revolution. So whatever they want to do, they must know we will never retreat from the ideas and the 7 cardinal pillars of the EFF, and the center of those is to expropriate land without compensation. So comrades, you must not be deterred. We live here highly determined. We are going to fight this up until the Constitutional Court. We are coming on the 23rd of January for sentencing, and after sentencing we will immediately put an appeal so that we can go to the higher court, because we think a judgment is faulty. The strategy has always been, you must try to charge Malema with everything. One day maybe we'll find a racist judge who will find him guilty, whether he's guilty or not. Because they said accused number 2 gave me the firearm. Now they are releasing him, which means he didn't give me the firearm. Why are you not releasing me when you release a person you allege gave me the firearm? By releasing accused number 2, the whole case should have collapsed. But the racist was looking for me, and that's why they could not collapse the case for racist reason, to to appease the AfriForum, to appease the Oval Office of Donald Trump, to appease all the white supremacists of South Africa who want to undermine the dignity and the struggle of black people. So fighters, we should not be discouraged. We should continue to fight, because this fight will not end today.
Now, many view this as part of a larger pattern of opposition voices being targeted. And for many South Africans, this raises questions. Is the law truly equal for everyone? Or does power and politics influence who gets punished? Also, there is the issue of safety. Now, do you think that Julius Malema will be able to stay in political office after the verdict? Or do you think this is an opportunity for justice or a dangerous precedent for political persecution? Don't forget to drop your comment in the comment section and subscribe to the channel. My name is KwekuAfrica.